a fun little point of trivia. If you guys have wondered why there's always been a cutting board on this seat here, let me show you why. So my foot doesn't fall through the hole. So we're getting rid of all the wood, like literally anything that's on this boat that's not the original hull, we're going to take off, strip it down, and then we're going to build the whole thing fresh and anew. Now, one big change I want to make in the cockpit is these lazarettes, which are great storage, we're going to not have anymore. So we're going to turn this volume, this interior volume that's in here, we're going to make that the quarter berth. So this little like sliver inside the hull is going to be a bed. Now that might not sound great to someone who's coming from like a house with a king-size bed, but when you're underway and you're out in the ocean and you're being tossed around all the time, constantly, having a nice little cocoon that you can just slide into and just sleep, and you're just going to lay on one side of the hull or another because the boat's heeled over, so you're either going to lay on this side or on this side, but you're not going to go far. And if there's a huge wave and the boat goes like this, you're not going anywhere. You're pinned in. So normally when we were underway, we'd stuff extra pillows in around us to make it even tighter. So I'm just going to build 2 of those. So that way you can choose. I will say, the outer side of the hull is always more comfortable because it's got a nice curve to it. The inside's like a wall. No one wants to sleep against a wall, but a nice curve, those are pleasant. So that's a huge change that we're going to be doing. So that's also why I'm just getting rid of these doors. I'm not trying to copy them or anything because they're gone. Now, one idea that I am toying with is actually creating a false, like a tiny lazarette here, like above this, and the lid be like the height of the deck. So we'd have a thin area, you know, a couple inches thick. That way we can store dock lines and some extra running rigging, like those kind of things. The stuff that you need to get to quickly. Like, how often are you digging down a super deep lazarette? Look at this thing. It goes all the way in. It's like, why? If you need something that's down at the bottom, you're never going to get there, especially not in a hurry. So those things that you really need to grab quickly, that you got to have on hand, let's just have them up here. Nice and shallow. You lift the lid. There's everything on display. There's nowhere for it to hide because there's nowhere else for it to go. Just like you when you're sleeping inside. So we got this entire coaming unbolted and disconnected, and honestly, this winch was the bane of my existence for getting this guy off. So the coaming's on with a couple of bolts, easy to take off. This guy was on with like a million bolts that I had to get out. So that's all done. We're going to get this guy off of here, and we're not going to be putting it back for 2 reasons. One, it's wood, and I'm going to be replacing it with fiberglass. That way we have less maintenance. Now, the statement of less maintenance by having less fiberglass. That is, I'm a total hypocrite on this one because we're getting rid of these little pieces of wood, and then we're going to be putting wood all over the whole boat because I think it's pretty. But right here, we're going to go with functional, not aesthetic. It'll be pretty anyway, but we're going to get rid of the wood. Now, when we replace this, the plan is to have multiple winches because this is set up for a sloop. So it has one single winch for the one single head sail. We're going to have 3 head sails, and we're also going to have a storm trysail, and then in the back we're going to have our main sheet winch. So we need, 4 winches on the side of the sucker, and then winches in the back of the cockpit. So a lot of changes here. So if we keep this guy, it kind of holds our hands on where, like how far we can change things. Like where can we put the extra winches and all, because we're limited by so many factors here. If this guy's gone and we build everything wherever we want it, we're totally free to choose anything we want. So let's see how easily this guy wants to come out. Not easily. So check out this rough idea for a plan. If the deck is up here, and inside here, it continues flush, and then drops down, this volume up here could be the locker for, like I said, the dock lines and running rigging and whatever you want to put that's up top and accessible. You left a little hatch, and there it all is. And then out here we can then, build up the combings, mount the winch pads, all that stuff that we have to do up high, also higher than the bulwarks. That way the winch handle can do the full rotation, because on Wisdom the winch handle gets fouled up in the lifelines, and you do about like half-ish. You can't do a full rotation, so if you have to crank it in really fast, it's going to take you one. You're going to be like so it'd be really nice to have it set in a way that we can then spin it properly. So that's a goal. But yeah, now that that's out of the way, we can see everything. So it's just wild how this is the original hull that the last time anyone saw this was like 59 years ago or earlier when they're building this thing. Now, I'm not sure how on earth they got this gas tank in here because it does not come out. It's longer than the hole is wide, so that means they had to drop it inside like this way, but there's a base under it that won't let it rotate. So unless they put the tank in, pushed it to the side somewhere, built the base, and then dropped the tank onto it, I can't figure out how it happened. But anyway, this tank I don't want to cut up for a couple reasons. One, it has gasoline in it, so we don't want to make any sparks. Second, I want to reuse the tank. Not for gasoline, but because we're going to put a diesel heater in the boat to keep it nice and toasty. And this would give us 18 gallons of diesel. That's like a month. Well, couple weeks of good heat if it's like super cold. So if we can keep this and reuse it as a diesel tank somewhere else, that's the important part, is this thing needs to go somewhere else in the boat. If we can't figure a place to put it, then we're just going to build a new tank somewhere else in the boat and call it a day. But anyway, I got to get this out of here, that way I can get this guy off. But I don't know how I'm going to do that. So I think we're just going to leave it in there and work around it. Struggles. Okay, we got everything stripped out, and the sun came out. and it actually got really hot, like bordering on uncomfortably hot, and it's a freezing cold day. So I'm a little worried about what am I gonna do in the summer, and I'm kind of thinking I might put up like blackout curtains or something, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Right now we got everything, or almost everything, stripped out of the entire boat, or off the entire boat. So the only thing left are the grab rails on the top of the deck. So it'd be much easier to just chop them off on the outside and then rip them down on the inside. So that's my plan. But the oscillating tool died. Now this is number 2. If you're buying one of those multi-tools, don't buy a rigid. Anything else. So I think next I'll do Milwaukee, because all my Milwaukee tools last a really long time, and that's just the way we're gonna have to take it. Now once we get the Milwaukee one, then we're gonna chop those off and get grinding and all that. But yeah, next thing is get all the trash off the boat, because I took it off the deck and then put it right back on the deck. So now the deck is just a junkyard. Let's take a tour of the cleared off deck. Up here, no bow rail. Here, no hose pipe. No whatever fill that was. Down along, still need to get the poop hole off. Doo-doo-doo. Nothing, nothing. Cockpit is stripped. And then back here we continue to the end. So that's it. The boat's been stripped off. Nothing is still attached. That's the important part there. Well, actually, 3 things are still attached, but they're gonna come off real quick with an angle grinder.
Thanks for watching this episode of Sailing Wisdom. Don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next Rigging Doctor episode. And if you're interested in even more Rigging Doctor awesomeness, consider becoming a patron to see all of our extras. Can't wait to see you next time as you join us out here on the high seas.